All right, what's up, everybody? It's 5:30 on the dot, so let's go ahead and get this class rolling. So today's class is gonna be on getting a property from auction. So I'm gonna send the link in the chat for you guys, so you guys can go through that. If you guys missed last class, we covered buying real estate with crypto. So if you guys missed that, make sure you guys go back and check that out and start making that money every day. Like I said, in my account, I invested a decent amount into Lofty AI. I have about 10 different properties that I'm invested in through them. Like I said, I get that monthly payment. It's nice. I just roll that money into other monthly dividend paying stocks, get paid daily, roll that money into money that's going to pay me, monthly at a better rate, and just keep that thing rolling. So today, I'm going to talk to you guys about bid for assets. So there's a few other ones that I've told you guys about, like auction.com and stuff like that. So let me send this in the chat really quick so you guys can have the website. So bid for assets is pretty cool. Um, there is like a lot of trash on here, but you can find some treasure if you take the time. Look, as you guys can see, they have a lot of states on here, so you guys can go on here and kind of look at your state, see what's on here. They got a tax sale calendar that you can check out. I mean, they got everything. So we're just going to kind of dive in to some of the things. I'm going to tell you guys my story with using this website. I'm going to let you guys know the pros and the cons. Like I said, I'm a guinea pig for a lot of this stuff for you guys. If you guys haven't done this stuff, a lot of stuff I've done, and I come on and share my experience with you guys. And like I said, hopefully it will lead you guys on the same path that it's led me. I know obviously you guys probably won't have the same outcomes. Some of you might have better, some of you guys might have worse, some of you guys might have the same, but I'm gonna give you guys the info and then you guys go ahead and do whatever you do. So first and foremost, create an account. Very simple stuff. Sign up, create an account. It's free to create an account with these guys. It doesn't cost you anything. And then as you see, they have these specialty channels here on the left side. They got county tax sales, sheriff sales and foreclosures, Philadelphia sheriff sales, stuff that's federal, state, and local government, U.S. Marshal Services, bank-owned properties, and $1 no reserve auctions. So these $1 no reserve auctions, the auctions start out at $1. There's no minimum reserve price. So if you can, like I said, get you some land, most of the time it's going to be land on here. Sometimes there is residential on here, but as you guys can see, it's a lot of land that's on here, and the states are going to vary. See some Arkansas, some California, some Ohio. So they don't have every single state. As you guys can see, some of these have already been bid on. So you see they got, the time left, how many people have bid, what the current bid is, and then what states are selected. If you go down a little bit further in the categories, you'll see they have 368 different types of real estate listed. So they got agriculture, which is going to be like a lot of land. They have some commercial properties, which is going to be 5 units or more, or it might be a strip mall, or it might be something else that's categorized as commercial. They have another category, and then they have residential. I personally just like to look at the residential. I've looked at all the other categories. I just click on commercial just so you guys can get a good idea. So let's see, this is in wherever this is at. We can click on and get more info. So this one is in Illinois, in Kirkwood, wherever that's at. I don't know where that's at. I got some properties in Illinois, but not in Kirkwood. So the bid is at 9,000. The bid increments for this one is going to go up by 100. Like I said, all the info that you guys are going to need is going to be in here, and we'll scroll down to the bottom. Sometimes they won't have the address, but for the most part, they will have the address on here. A lot of these properties, especially like the homes, if you guys are in a state that has these properties, legally, you guys can go like up to the property and you can look in the window if the windows are open, but you can't obviously go inside the property. So that's, from my experience of doing this, that's probably the only downside, is that you can't get a full walkthrough. So you're not going to, the meat and potatoes of the property, your plumbing, your electricity, you'll be able to see the roofing from the outside. But if there's any type of structural damage, if there's, holes in the floors, if, things are destroyed, you have to do a complete remodel. So you'll only be able to see what you can see from the outside and walking around. So it still will give you a good idea, right? So you kind of want to go see what the neighborhood is looking like, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but that's pretty much what you'll be able to do. So all this information right here that I have highlighted, hopefully you guys can see it highlighted, but this is just going to be the main information for this, right? How many bids, what's the minimum bid, how many days is it going to close in? If you bid on it, you can log in and see what your status is, because you can put, let's say you want to put 20,000 on this one as your bid. It's only going to go up to it's only going to go up to 10,000. Since it's at 9,900 right now, if you were to put a bid in for 20,000, since it only goes up by 100 increments, it's going to go at the lowest price. So if you want to not look at a property, no matter what, how many bids there's going to be at the end of the day, all in, I'm willing to only go 20,000 on this property. It'll probably be your best bet to go ahead and put that in there, because it's not going to automatically go to the 20,000. So hopefully if you guys understand what I'm saying by that, someone just let me know. Hopefully that's not confusing. Um, but so yeah, so if you find a property, like I said, and you know what your all-in price is, no matter what, your best bet is just to go ahead and pop that in there. So that way you don't have to worry about a bidding war. You don't have to worry about constantly looking at it. You can literally put your bid in and go about your day. And then, obviously if you get an email, then you won the bid, and it's going to do it at the lowest price. So let's say you bid at 20,000, right? And then let's say it moves it up to 10,000. Let's say somebody comes up and bids 10,500. What it's going to do is it's going to automatically tell them, hey, you got outbid, and the bid is at 10,600. So they're not going to know what your all-in price is until they continue to go up. So if they decide to stop at 10,500 and you put 20,000 as your max bid, it's going to stop at that 10,600, because they put in a bid at 10,500. It goes up by $100 increment. So that means you would win the bid at 10,600. So I hope you guys are following that. That's very important information to know for this stuff. Let's see, it lets you know when the auction started, when the auction is going to close. So make sure, like I said, if there's a property and you are bidding on it and you don't put a set amount and you just want to do a bidding war, which I'll tell you guys my experience with that. I've done a few different strategies on this, and I'll let you guys know how each outcome went. The source is a private auction. Sometimes it might be bank, sometimes it might be sheriff, sometimes it might be state, city, county, whatever it is on here. So this one is a private auction. A bid deposit, this one requires zero. Some of them will require a bid deposit, but for the most part, you're only going to have to put what's called this buyer premium. So as it says right here, the fee is added to the winning bid amount and covers the costs associated with the auction. The buyer's premium percentage is indicated on the auction listing and displayed during the bid process. See the settlement requirements of the auction for more details. So pretty much, so let's say you were to bid on this for 10,000 and you were the only one to put a bid in and nobody else put a bid in. So you would have to pay a buyer's premium of 10%. So if you wanted at 10,000, you would have to pay the 10,000 plus your 11,000 for your buyer's premium. And then also, if there's any type of back fees out there associated with this property, that's something very important that you guys need to know as well. So if there's old utilities, if there's old taxes, if there, and most of the time they'll try to put that information on here for you guys, and I'm gonna scroll down so you guys can see more of what I'm talking about. They try to put as much information that most people, if you're a real estate investor, the things that you're going to need to know, right? Those type of important things. So they kind of let you know if it's up to date on taxes, if it's up to date on utilities, if there's any type of other fees, all that good stuff associated with it. And it also lets you know how many times people have looked at this. And then if you need to ask a seller a question, you can, if you want to add it to your watch list, or if you want to see other properties that this seller, this Illinois Investments might have, you can see what else they have for sale. As we scroll down a little bit more, it gives us the address, it gives us the county, the parcel number. Get familiar with parcel numbers if you guys are looking to do more auctions, and if you guys are looking to get into tax deeds and tax liens. Start figuring out parcels. Very easy to figure out, and then you'll have to deal a lot with your tax assessor's office. That's just going to benefit you even more. It's letting you know the lot size, the living space, what the annual taxes are. They typically have a few more pictures on here, so you can go through them and kind of see. But they'll even tell you they don't let you know when these pictures were taken. So these pictures could have been taken 5 years ago for all we know. So you definitely want to go check the property out because something could be destroyed. You know what I mean? So definitely go in person and check it out. So there's asset description where it's giving you a little bit more. No past due on property taxes. Like I said, trust but verify. So even though they say this on here, you still want to go about, getting with the county assessor, making sure taxes are good on this stuff. Buyers responsible for property taxes due in 2022. Yearly taxes are 319. So I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I do want to tell you guys this. So one of the properties that I got from here, my goal was, so the annual taxes on the property, it was like a 4 bedroom, 2 bath, in some little town in Illinois. And it was in horrible condition, but I didn't look at it. I just bought it. I did some research and some due diligence, and I'll let you guys know about that here in a minute. But my goal was, I figured, okay, I had landscaping. So I already had a landscaping guy because once I bought the property, I already got in contact with a landscaping person, with a property manager. Who else did I contact? I contacted legal because it was a state I wasn't familiar with. And let me see, property manager, legal, landscaper. I think that's it. And I contacted a realtor as well because I'm gonna let you guys know why I contacted all those people. So, anyways, um, so I knew already I knew how much it would cost. I had a landscaping guy. He told me what it would cost for him to go out every couple weeks. He only needed to go out every couple weeks in the summertime, and then it was monthly down in the winter or something like that. So I figured out what the price was for that, and I knew how much my taxes was. So my game plan was to just list this property and get whatever I could get, and then as long as I can get what I paid and more, I was going to be happy with that. So that was my game plan going into one of these properties that I got. And so I knew what it was going to cost me to hold on to it. So I figured, okay, if I hold on to this property for 10 years and I can't sell this for 10 years, I know I'm going to have to pay these taxes, and I know I'm going to have to at least keep the maintenance just so, it doesn't draw any attention. It was in a decent neighborhood. I didn't want to be that person on the block. Even though I probably could have, but then it would have been deemed as unlivable. And then you have to go through a whole nother process once that happens. So I definitely didn't want to do all that. So I made sure that I knew how much it was going to cost to keep the landscaping. I knew how much my taxes were. And then I also contacted the property manager because I wanted to figure out how much I could actually get for rent if I were to rehab it. And then I also contacted the property manager to see if they had a rehab team, which they did. I had them go out, give me a free assessment. The property manager walked out for free for me. I got a free assessment walkthrough for me. I had a realtor who I had listed for me at a certain price. It was pretty much triple, right? So I listed it as triple what I paid for it just to see if I got any bites. And I got bites the same day I listed it. So we'll talk more about that a little bit later. Like I said, I'm trying not to get too distracted so I can make sure I give you guys all this good info before I tell you guys my stories from this stuff. So let me see if there's any questions so far as we're going along. All right, makes sense. All right, cool. You guys understand everything so far. Good. So then it just kind of tells you about the city, just some basic stuff, seller selling as is. The seller owns the property outright. This bid is for 100% of the purchase price. All right, so something like this, just the real estate investor in me, I have all the information on here, and a lot of times these properties won't sell. So another thing that you could do, and man, I'm trying not to bounce all over the place for you guys, but if I see something that's a gem, I definitely got to give it to you guys so I don't forget. So something like this, I would probably wait and see if it sells. If it doesn't sell, I would contact the person who owns this because we have the address already. We know it's owner occupied, so it's nothing to get the owner's information. And if they want a minimum bid of 9,900, why don't we save ourselves this buyer premium of 10%? And let's just tell them, hey, I'll give you 8,500 cash, or I'll give you 9,000 cash. So that way you can avoid these fees and you can avoid all that other stuff. All right. That's just a little tip, to go a different route. But anyways, they shouldn't have put this here because, people like me are going to take advantage of getting information. Like I said, no one told them to put this information on here as far as saying the seller owns it outright. They don't necessarily have to put that on there, but that little bit of information right there is going to put a light bulb off for me. And then now I'm going to reach out to this owner because clearly they're trying to get rid of it, you know, and definitely need some work just looking at those pictures. So, you know, always just kind of be ahead of the game, you guys. That's, you know, that's how you keep finding good deals. That's how you keep your foot on the gas with this real estate stuff. You want to find every little thing you can, because imagine if you save 1,000 on here, and let's say you go find a different property somewhere else, or you need 1,000 to put into it, or you know what I mean. There's a lot of other things you can do with that 1,000 besides giving it to bid for assets. I don't work for these guys. I'm not getting no commission by telling you guys. I'm just looking out for you guys because it worked for me, and you know, I hope it can work for some of you guys too. So yep, no affiliation, no commission, no nothing. Just giving you guys the info. So anyways, there are no past due property taxes from 2021. The seller has a clear title with no liens or mortgages. This is going to be very important. Part of this process, you are going to have to get an attorney to go through all that for you to make sure there's no liens and mortgages. That's going to be another little fee. So keep that in the back of your mind. However, that should not be considered as a warranty from the seller, and the bidder should do their own due diligence. Absolutely. Always do your own due diligence, no matter what you see on these websites and no matter what people tell you. Always do your own due diligence. It's man, I'm telling you guys, please do your own due diligence, no matter what you hear, no matter what, you know what I'm saying, no matter what I tell you guys, no matter what other people tell you guys, always, if you hear it, you should be able to find it somewhere. Someone else should be able to confirm that, yes, that's true, or no, or I don't know, and dig a little bit deeper. So get a few yeses, or definitely get some solidification from somewhere else besides just one source, and that's myself included. The seller is selling as is, not done any inspection of the property. Property should not be considered move-in ready, may need a lot of work. Property is vacant. So like I said, a lot of good information on here. Like I said, the address again. For this one, buyer pays winning bid plus 500 for document processing plus 10% of the purchase price of the premium. So this is very common. This is something I had to do for one of the auctions. Not all of them will have a document processing fee, which is crazy because they really don't even have to do nothing. It's literally just one document that they're going to send you. So this is another way bid for assets is pimping people by using it. You know, they got to make their money some way, but they're already getting 10%, and then they're getting another 500 to do some lousy document processing for you. But hey, it's the name of the game. If you want to make money, it's going to cost. And let's see, property taxes are all good. Wire transfer. You will have to do a wire transfer to bid for assets. You can't do any credit card payments or anything like that. So if I like, that's why it's good for you guys to get on here, play around, see some stuff that might catch your eye. So that way you can have your money ready, because they give you, I think they give you 48 hours. I want to say, don't quote me on that. It's either 24 or 48 hours to make payment after winning. It might be 24, but I think it's 48. Let's see if we can find somewhere where it says that. Payment type, wire transfer, buyer premium information. This auction requires the winning bidder to pay a buyer's premium of 10%. You see, they put that on there a lot because definitely, like I said, they don't want to catch people off guard. And then here's just some other stuff to read. So this is just one of the properties. I just wanted to give you guys an example on that. For commercial, let's look at a residential real quick. You guys, let me see if you guys got any questions. If you guys have any questions, just drop them in the chat. Why did you need legal and the property manager? What was the gap that legal had to fill for this? So legal had to make sure that there was no liens, and everything was free and clear is what the legal did. So the state of Illinois requires you to get legal. I don't know if the other states do that, because not all states will require that, or I don't know if that was just a thing for bid for assets or what. Or I'm sorry, it wasn't through bid for assets. It was for once I was determined that I was trying to sell it, that's when the legal and all that stuff came into play. Hopefully that answers your question. Boop, 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 boop. And the property manager, yep. So I got the property manager. So for the property manager, I didn't even pay them. So I reached out to them. And if you guys want to write this down, you guys can, but this is exactly how my conversation went. I just found property managers in the area. And if you guys know, I love mom and pop property managers, but something in me just wanted to go a different route. I wanted to go with a big name just to get that experience, because all my properties are local mom and pop property managers. So I just kind of wanted to get a little bit of experience of dealing with these big companies. So I actually reached out to one. They were actually really helpful. And they were really, they were really on it. You know, you could see the difference in the mom and pops versus the big names. The big names will definitely go above and beyond when it comes to certain things, but it also comes with the price. So their price was 10%. They had to have a retainer of $500. If there was late fees, they got like a percentage of the late fee for every month the tenant was late. All these crazy things that mom and pop property managers definitely don't do. But then they did, you know, a lot more. They were more thorough and things like that. But when it comes to that, the thorough side of like the type of tenants, you could just work with your property manager and get it down to a point that you would want. So if you want to know, this is another little gem, or, you know, whatever you guys want to call it. So this is what I would do if I were you guys and I have no experience with, you know, interviewing property managers. Reach out to a big name property manager, have them send you over one of their contracts, highlight what you like, what you don't like, and then start reaching out to mom and pop shops and go over with your own type of contract and say, hey, can you do these things for me? And they'll be like, yeah, we can do this, or no, we can't do this, or we can meet you in the middle. So that's the way how you guys do that. For those of you guys that have never worked with property managers or have no clue, reach out to a big, you know, a big name property management group, have them send you over the stuff, because you don't have to sign or make no commitment, right? You know, you just let them know, hey, I'm thinking about using you guys as a property manager. This is my property address. You can either give them the address, or you could tell them the area or the county that it's in. You can tell them the bed and the bath. You know, what do you think I'd be able to get for rent for that? And then, like I said, you're writing all this information down. But all right, so back to what I said to the property manager that I was working with. So I reached out to them. I called. I was like, hey, I just got this property. I see you guys are a property manager in the area. Do you guys have any availability to add on any properties right now? And so the lady was like, yes. She was busy. She was like, let me give you a call back. So she called me back. And then she was like, hey, what's the address? What's your plans? And then I told her, I said, hey, I got it from auction. I'm not from the area. I'm out of state. I plan on coming soon. Is there any way you guys can do a walkthrough for me? And she was like, absolutely. So the next day she did a walkthrough for me. She actually got the keys from me because it was locked up. So I gave her all my documents, let her know once everything was final, gave her my documents via email. She got the key for me, and then she went over and she did a walkthrough. I wish, you know, next time, if any of you guys actually want to see the video of that, just let me know. And then the next time I do a class, I'll just have some of that video or some of the pictures if you guys are curious to kind of see what that property looked like. It was crazy, you guys. It was definitely easily the worst property I've ever bought to date, but it ended up being a gem for me, and I'll tell you guys the story of it. So she did a walkthrough. She did a video for me. She sent me the video. And she was like, this is going to need a lot of work. She was like, do you have a team to come take a look at this? And I was like, actually, I don't. That was going to be my next question. Do you guys work with any contractors? And she was like, yeah, we have a really great contractor. She was like, and he'll even, you know, do a walkthrough for free for you to give you an estimate. So I'm like, yeah, bet, please, let's do that. So the next day he walked through. They gave me an estimate. It was going to be pretty much a complete tear down and a rebuild. So his guesstimate was about between 40 and 60,000. So his guesstimate was between 40 and 60,000 of repairs to get it rent ready. So properties, all the other homes on the block in comps, they ran comps for me and they did all this stuff for me. Everything else was going for about 80 to 90,000. So I got this property for I was all in for about 13K, right? So, you know, once the auction closed, I think it was like 11. And then after all these fees and everything else, everything came out to about 13,000 for me to get this one house, right? It needed about 50,000 on a high end of repairs. So I would have been all in for about, well, 60, like 65,000 is what I would have been all in for. But the property's value was worth, the ARV, the after repair value, was between 85,000 and 90,000. That's what the comps were going for in the area. So boom, I'm still golden, right? So I'm like, okay, now my mind is really going, because I got a lot of different routes that I could go with this. I could try to get this, you know, I've been wanting to do a BRRRR strategy. So I was like, okay, this could be my chance to go ahead and maybe BRRRR this out. I could, repair it and sell it, because if I was all in for 65 and the after repair value was for about 85, I would have, made maybe 20,000. I was like, or I could just try to sell this and see what I could get. So I'll kind of get to that in a little bit. So that's how I got to that. So anyways, they told me how much repairs were needed. I told the property manager, all right, thank you. I'm going to see what I can do and I'll get back with you. And then so she reached back out about a week later, like, hey, do you need any help with anything? Like, where are you at? And I told her, I was like, yeah, I got a realtor. I think I'm just going to maybe try to sell it. I said, if I can't sell it within about 3 months, I'll get back in contact with you. And she said, okay, cool, like no issue. So all that, mind you guys, I didn't have to pay for anything yet. All this was all for free, just picking up the phone, doing a quick Google search like I've showed you guys, simple stuff, right? So boom. So now I have all these numbers in my head. So now I'm like, okay, now I have so many routes that I can go. I can fix this property up. Oh, and rent for this area was going for about $1,100 too. So boom. So now I'm really golden because I'm beating the 1% rule. If you guys don't know what the 1% rule is, if you could find a property that you can get at least 1% or better of the property price, it's just going to benefit you down the road when it comes to as far as, building good equity, cash flowing really nice. If you need to, refinance, all type of other good stuff. It's just in your favor. It's not saying that you can't find properties that aren't 1% or better and not be profitable with it, but it definitely makes it a lot easier when you factor in everything else that comes with owning a property. So boom. So I was blowing out the 1% rule. If I got it fixed up and rented it out, I could have fixed it up, got somebody rented in there, refinanced it, so I have about 4 or 5 different routes that I can go at this point. So everything is really looking good for me, and I wasn't even stressing or anything like that. So it was good. So, all right, I'll get back to that story here in a little bit. I want to show you guys what these residentials are looking like. Did I click on it? Let's see. All right, do you guys have any questions on any of that stuff so far as we're going? So I don't know why it's still showing land, but because I was land that you can build residential on. So I want to see if they have any actual single family homes. All right, boom, first one. All right, so this one's going for 19,000. So far, there hasn't been any bids. There's 3 days. If any of you guys are from Illinois, does anyone know Streeter, how that city is? If so, let us know in the comments. So here's another one. So this one, the bid increments is only 50. The last one we looked at was 100. Something else that I want to do too. Let me show you guys a little thing that I do. I'll copy the address and I'll type it in Zillow and see what Zillow is talking about. So Zillow is not talking about too much of nothing on here. So I just want to kind of look at the area and see what comparable homes are going for. So comparables are homes recently sold in the area that are similar in square footage and bath. And then so for this one, it's looking like, let me see if it has the bed and bath on here. 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, about 1,500 square feet. So let's see what 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, 1,500 square feet. So in this area, it's going for about 32,000, give or take. So boom. So it's going for 32,000, right? So we know that gives us a general idea that, okay, we could probably, if we fix this up, we might be able to get around 30K for it, right? So go back to the price. It's already kind of tight. So this house would pretty much need less than 10,000 in rehab. And then you would also not have any competition of people bidding for you to make something happen with this. So do you guys understand what I mean when I'm throwing these numbers that I'm giving you guys right now? Does that make sense? If we look on here, we see comparables. We see that a comparable home in this area is going for about 32,000. That means we could probably get, maybe a little bit less or a little bit more. So we'll just say 30,000 on the less end, and we'll say 35,000 on the high end, right? So if we get this property, and if we're all in, let's say 20,000, plus we got to pay our fees and all that. So we'll be all in for about 22,000. That leaves us with only about 8, 9, 10,000 left to if we need to sell it to get our money back, if we need to fix it up and get kind of creative to get a loan, from a bank. So that's if you're trying to go that route, right? If you're thinking of that and you're trying to go that route and you're not really trying to hold long term, you want to try to give yourself some wiggle room. So this one wouldn't be giving us too much wiggle room because I'm looking at it now. That roof looks horrible. Uh, and like I said, I know that roof's gonna need some work. You're definitely gonna need to cut some of these trees down. They're giving pictures of the bathroom. The bathroom's gonna need to be a complete remodel. I'm sure probably a lot of. I'm sure this is gonna need some work, right? I'm sure it's probably gonna need about probably 15 to 20 grand in work just from these pictures that they have on here alone. And that's if we're not even talking electrical. We're not even talking like major stuff. We're just talking a little minor stuff. Hold on, let me see what you guys are talking about real quick in the chat. Yep. Needs windows, lamp. Yep, exactly. So, all right. So the scenario that I gave you guys. So let's say we can get it for 22,000. No one bids. All that good stuff. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's not still going to be profitable for us. It's saying, because another thing I want to do is I want to also see what the type of rent we can get for this. So that's just if we're trying to do something quick. Me personally, if I'm going to get a property from auction like this, and especially if it's going to be out of state, I want to have a good exit route if shit hits the fan, right? If shit hits the fan, I'm not looking to get these type of properties for long term. If I'm gonna do a long term, I'm gonna need to do an inspection, right? I'm gonna need to be able to do all these things before I commit any type of money to anything. And that's just for my long term stuff. That's my strategy. That's what I like to do. You guys don't have to do that. This is just my advice and how I like to do things. Like I said, you guys can definitely go about this however you want. That's how I look at it. That's how my brain works and operates towards this stuff. So yeah, definitely need some work. I don't know if any of you guys are from Illinois to know. It doesn't look like it's too far from Chicago. Let me see real quick. I want to look and see on what was rental, good old rentometer. So let's see. It was 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, and then let's say 900. Let's analyze this and see what it's going for. So, what did it say? Filters may have created 2 minute search. 2 bedroom, 1 bath. I don't know why it's not popping up. Should pop up. Okay, I've already used my my thing, but I have a back route for that. So now let's go to apartments.com. I already used all my free searches, you guys. I don't have the pay for account, so that's all right. We're gonna go to the other strategy that I told you guys about. So let's look at apartments and see what apartments are going for to give us a good gauge of what we could get for rent. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just trying to see what we would possibly be able to get for rent. So here we go. 3 bedroom, 2 bath. I want to see if I can find a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. All right. So 3 beds, 1 bath gets us about 1,100. 3 bed, 2 bath, 1,200. So about between 11 and 1,200. So we'll call it probably a solid 1,000 or 1,100 that we would be able to get for this if we were to buy it and get it fixed up, which actually is really good. That's really good for this property in this area. I wasn't expecting it to get that type of rent. So you could definitely it's definitely going to blow that 1% rule and wouldn't be a bad long-term hold, especially the way how home values are going up. So it definitely wouldn't be a bad look. But like I said, that's all a matter of if nobody else is bidding and all this other stuff. And trust me, people will wait until the last 5 minutes to start bidding, which is annoying, but that's just how it works. Another thing about bids on here. So if they're noticing that they're getting a lot of action in the last 5 minutes, these fools will add more time. So this is not this website doesn't just do, okay, this auction is going to end at this time. No, if there's action going on and they see people are bidding, they will definitely extend this thing out 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. So this one says overtime period. I know there's been a couple that I didn't see no overtime period in the description, and that thing kept going because people were bidding. So that's another thing to keep in mind when you guys are looking at this. So let's see what the info is talking about on this one. House was listed with realtor for 50,000. Contract with realtor expired. Now we're listing it on here for a quick sale. Just a little bit. Seller selling property outright, same thing. Could probably reach out if it doesn't sell. No past due taxes. Selling as is, gives you all the info. No past due taxes. Winning bid 500 for document processing plus 10%. So pretty much the same as the other one. And yep. So yeah, so that's that one. Okay, let me see what else I want to show you guys on here. So you can go through there and look at some other single families. You guys will notice on here, most of these are gonna be in this condition. You're not gonna really find too many that are gonna be in decent condition. If they are, it's gonna be a big bidding war. So these are the ones that you're gonna have to get creative. You're gonna need some type of team, or if you do rehabs and repairs yourself, definitely wouldn't be bad. But like I said, you guys can start doing the research now, start building your team now, start having all that now. So that way, when you find a property, you don't have to worry about being on the hunt, trying to find someone. You could just get your property, send the team out there and get things going. Let me see what else. I want to see if there's anything else on here. Let me see what's about to end soon. Let's see. Something that has some bids. What got the most bids? Some land, some acres, subdivision. All right, this one. So stuff has how many days are left? So this would kind of catch my attention because it already has 9 bids and there's 6 days left. Usually you won't see too many properties on here with bids until there's about a day left, or maybe when it's down to hours. So this already kind of raises my eye. I would be curious to look deeper into this one. And it's already tenant occupied. So that's why it has bids already. So you guys will find a few of those on here that are tenant occupied already. I wonder how much they're getting for rent. Hold on now. Let me see. I might be interested in this one. All right, let's see. Estimated it's worth 63 about, next to downtown Decatur, tenant occupied. That's the estimate from realtor.com. No past due taxes, tenant occupied, no lease agreement in place. That's fine. Owner has never been inside the property. That's fine either. Livable condition, about Decatur, selling as is. So let's see what we got here. 2 bed, 1 bath. I'm curious what rent is going for in this area, because I don't think they're going to show what they're making on rent. So if they're getting, if this is estimated at 60, what was it, 64, I would at least want to be getting about 700 in rent for this one. And like I said, it's when it gets, if it's listed, if it's worth about 64,000, more than likely this auction will probably get close to that, if not more than that. But let's look on good old apartments and let's see what they're talking about for Decatur. Let's see if you guys got any questions. Should you get a lawyer to check if the title? Yep, I talked about that earlier. Definitely get a lawyer to see if the title is free and clear. But for the auction, you can't see, you're not going to be able to see any type of contract. You're not going to get anything. You're not going to be able to walk through the property. You're not going to get, they might tell you this, but that's why I say everything, all the important stuff, you can already find out by just doing your due diligence ahead of time. So you can contact the county assessor, you can get all the info you need for taxes, utilities. That's just going to take a little bit on your part. But yeah, as far as like getting the contract to see what the tenant's contract is or see what type of repair work has been done, you're not going to get any of that. And that's just part of buying a property from an auction. That's just, it is what it is. All right. So let's see what, I don't remember how many beds there was on this one. 2 bed, 1 bath. Oh no, that's not the same one. Hold on, let's see. 2 beds, 1 bath, Macon County. Let's see here. All right, 2 beds. Let's see if they got any homes on here. 2 beds, 2 beds. So it's looking like, here we go, house, 2 beds, 1 bath, 850. Boom. So we can get about 850 in rent, which is great. That meets the 1% rule for me. So, you know, if I could get, I would, for this one, you guys, I'm actually going to probably reach out to some people in this area. So I'll keep you guys posted on this one. I like the numbers on this. I like that it already has a tenant in place. So I have 6 days. So that means once I get off of here with you guys, I'm going to start reaching out to, I'm gonna do the same process. Like I told you guys, I'm gonna reach out to a property manager. I'm gonna reach out to a realtor. I'm gonna reach out to a lawyer in the area. And I'm gonna get the ball rolling already ahead of time. It doesn't look like it needs too much work. And there's already a tenant in it. But like I said, there's no telling how the inside is. But once you become the owner, you can figure all that stuff out yourself. Let me see. Yeah, I like this one. Especially if you can get 850. So that's something I want to be for sure of. I want to reach out to a property manager. I'll reach out to a big name property manager in the area. If it wasn't so late, I would do this on the phone with you guys, but let me see. There might be some that might be open, so you guys can hear me do this stuff live. Let me see here. Give me 1 second, you guys. All right, let's see if anybody is open right now. I doubt it since it's already so late out there. All right, I'm gonna try this one, you guys. Let me see real quick. Give me 1 second. 217-428-4630. Let me know if you guys have any questions or if you guys want me to ask these property managers any specific questions if they come on.
This is Lisa. How can I help you?
I'm sorry, what was your name?
My name is Lisa.
Oh, Lisa. Hey, how you doing, Lisa?
Hi, how can I help you?
Yeah, I'm a out-of-state real estate investor, and I was looking at getting a property in your guys' area. And one, I was wondering if you guys have availability to manage this property for me. And then two, I was curious to see what rents are going for in the area.
Okay, so I'm with the service. I can go ahead and send the message.
What's that?
Oh, I'm with the service. I can go ahead and send the message for a callback.
Oh, okay. Yeah, can you do that for me, please?
Okay, what is your name?
Anthony
And your last name?
Jones.
Jones?
Yes.
Okay, what is your callback phone number?
702 381 4199.
Okay, 702-381-4199.
Yes. Are you familiar with the area at all?
No. What do you have the street address that you are interested in?
It's in Decatur. How far out are you guys from there?
So 2850 South Michigan, Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, okay. Do you know if they'll be able to manage a property in Decatur?
I'm gonna go ahead and, do you know the zip code?
Yes, it's 62526.
Okay, Peter. Thank you. I'll go ahead and send your message for a callback.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, so boom. Already got the ball rolling, but so when I talk to these property managers tomorrow, I'm just gonna get information. I want to know what rents are going for, and then I'll probably have them do a walkthrough and all that stuff, and then see if they have some type of team. But I'm not gonna need much of a team for this, which is cool because it already has, like I said, a tenant in place, so I don't have to really worry about too much. So for me personally, you guys, I wouldn't mind if this is actually getting 850 or more in rent. I wouldn't mind going a little more than what they say the value is on this property, just because I know I'll have some good wiggle room I'll have good wiggle room. So you know, me, I'll look a little more into it, see what other properties are going for in the area. If I see some stuff that's going for maybe 70 plus, that's a 2 bedroom, 1 bath after, you know, ARV, after repair value. I wouldn't mind paying 65,000 for this property. I wouldn't mind throwing about another 10 to get it to where I can get max rent for it. Because it looks, you know, from the outside, it doesn't look too bad. The roof looks pretty decent. The porch needs a little bit of work, you know, some fresh paint, a little bit of landscaping, and then, like I said, there's someone already living in it. So you're gonna be a smooth 5K. So yeah, so it's like I said, it's not bad. And I'll keep my eye on this. I know since this already has 9 bids at it right now, I know that it's definitely gonna get in the 30s, 30, 40, 50, 60,000 mark for sure. And let's see. All right, do you guys have any questions on any of this stuff that we've covered so far on any of this stuff? So some of the other categories they have is art, coins, you know, jewelry. They got all type of stuff on here. So like I said, I'm not going to go too deep into all that stuff. You guys have the website. I sent it. I just wanted you guys to kind of get a good idea and some possibilities of other things that can be done. So I want you guys to go through, check out all these different counties. And like I said, you don't have to live in the counties, you don't have to live in these areas to be able to do these auctions. Like I said, they're all going to be online. They all have different, you know, settlement instructions. They all have key information for you, the documents that you'll need. Like I said, all of this stuff. Let me see if I can click on that. Everything that you're going to need is going to be on here. And then if you have any specific questions or if you need questions, they're going to have a contact number for you to be able to contact whoever you need. Let me see. Is there any specific category on here you guys want to see right now or want me to go through? Just let me know in the chat out of all these categories. And then let's do some questions. Let me see where their questions are at. The sheriff sales. All right. Philly be having a lot of them. So they have the mortgage foreclosures or they have the tax foreclosures. And then the cool thing on here. So another thing about these, sometimes it would be like this tax one, for instance. If it's a tax foreclosure, it will show on here. So you might see something that hits everything you want, has a great price, and then when it comes time to go to auction, it will say removed or something like that, meaning that either they end up paying their taxes or something ended up happening. So that's the one. That's another thing that kind of sucks about this is that you could put a lot of work into doing all your due diligence, getting all this stuff, and then they could take it off if either I don't know, like it doesn't show what happens, it just shows removed, and that's what it means. So let's click on one of these, take a look. So we'll go to here. Let's put in the address so we can see what it's looking like. They don't, most of the times they don't have pictures of the property, so you'll have to kind of do that research yourself if it pops up. So it doesn't show anything on that one. So a lot of these you'll have to just kind of go through them, get the addresses, and then you'll have to dive deeper into it and go from there. Let's see. They have a senior rental. Let's see here. See if I can find one that has anything up on there. See if we could find one beforehand. This thing's tripping. Yeah, another one like it. So like I said, some of these you'll have to do a little more research onto so you can get all the specs for it, bedrooms, baths, if they don't have it listed. So you can do more and get a better idea of what what you want your bid to be, what you want your max bid to be. Here they'll have the dates. So it looks like for the Philadelphia County, they have one coming up August 5th, and then they have another one coming up September 8th. So make sure you guys, like I said, go through here, key dates, especially if you guys find stuff for your area. Figure out when those auctions are going to be for your area. If you want to go specifically by state, you guys can go on there. You can see this one has a live tax redeemable deed sale. This one is August 2nd at 12 for Amarillo. If you want additional information, go here. And it gives you a lot more information. So like I said, they got a lot of information on here. It's a pretty it's a pretty simple website. It's, you know, not anything is challenging. Like I said, to create an account is free. If you want to be able to bid on a auction, you have to send. There's going to be like a certain amount. I think it's like $500 that you have to fund to your account, and they'll have all the instructions. Every auction is going to be different, so just make sure you guys are paying attention to all the details and the descriptions. Make sure you guys are paying attention to when you need to have your funds in your account to be able to qualify to even bid for some of these properties, because they have like deadlines for you to have the money in your account. So you, like if the auction is tomorrow, you probably, it's like, I think it's like 48 hours that you have to have your funds. It's either 24 or 48 hours before auction to even be considered to be able to even place your bid. So pay attention to like every little thing, but it's not going to be, as you guys have seen, everything that we've clicked on so far, it's not a whole lot of reading. It's really basic stuff. Like, you know, that's it. You know what I mean? So it's just a page worth of reading, but just please make sure you guys read everything. Make sure you guys have a legal team. Like I said, property manager team, realtor, get with some banks and stuff. Just have all type of backup plans, know everything you can and can't do. I don't want you guys to get yourself in a situation that you can't get out of. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know, but like I said, you got the information now, Cynthia. So since you say you want to get into it sooner, I'm gonna hit you up in a month and see if you've put anything to work with this. All right, so um a senior rental, did you already look that one up, Nicole? Let's see. Where are we at? Boom, boom, boom. Let's see if it shows up for this one. There we go. What they want for it. So I'm sure that one, I'm sure it's going to be a nice bidding war on that one for sure. Especially if it's already got people up in there. But but yeah, so you guys, like I said, hopefully, do you guys all understand how to navigate through this? Does it make sense? Do you guys have any questions on anything I've covered at all? Like I said, I want to make sure you guys all completely understand with this. Any veteran resources that help with real estate investing that you know of. When it comes to this website, no, there's nothing on here. This is a free for all for everybody. So if you're a veteran or anything like that, it doesn't, this, like I said, this is just literally an online auction is all it is. So they don't care where you're at, they don't care what your job is. They don't care about none of that. As long as you can pay the fee to be able to start bidding, and as long as you can pay your fee once you win and you can pay the price, they don't care about nothing else. This is the first real estate lesson I've joined, but I'm going to be doing some research, and yeah, please do. Please do go back and rewatch the previous classes I've done. We actually have somebody in here, Aaron. He came on and he did 2 classes for us when it comes to Section 8 renting. He used to work at the LA County Section 8 office. So please go back and check out. We have a lot of great guest speakers come on. We have a lot of good things going on in here. So go back and check out the other classes. I'm completely new to this. If you don't win, do you get the money back? Yep. So when you put in your bid, you don't pay or you don't lose any money. So you have to pay the amount to be able to bid, right? So let's say They say you got to have $500 in your account. You have to send a $500 wire to the bid for assets people, and they'll let you know right away. So literally in less than 24 hours, they let me know, hey, we received your funds. It's in your account, and that goes towards whatever you win. So that money doesn't go to them or anything like that. That's just for you to be able to bid in the auction. And then the fees after you win, now that's something completely different. So the fee after you win, that's what's going to go to the bid for assets, that 10% or whatever percent it is on that on the auction. So let's say you put, the 500 or whatever the requirement is for you to get into that specific bid that you're looking for. You wire your money to the bid. They give you exactly where to wire your money to. They give you everything you need to have, in the wire and all that. Then once they receive funds, they send you an email saying, hey, we received your funds. You can log into your account. You can see that the funds are good to go. And then when you bid on an auction, if you don't win the bid, then you don't pay any money, and your 500 or however much amount stays in your account. If you decide that you want your money back, then they'll send you your money back. No issues, no fees, or no nothing like that. Um, if you win your auction, then that money goes towards part of what you won, and then you have to send the rest of the amount with the same. The wire instruction is going to be different. It's going to be to whoever was selling it. You have to make sure that they get the money. Bid for assets acts as like a third party. So once everything goes through smooth, they'll send you email, say, hey, we received funds for your winning bid. Then they'll send you an email saying, hey, we need this information so we can make sure we get the title transferred over to you, and all these other things that they start to do. So it's a very easy process. Bid for assets will email you and let you know exactly everything they need. And it's a smooth process. I haven't had any hiccups or any issues with, any of the auctions I've won. I've lost a few auctions, but I haven't had any issues at all. Very smooth process, very easy. Like I said, it just takes time to make sure you guys do your research, make sure you guys do some due diligence. I showed you guys a little bit here, but like I said, you definitely want to get a property. If you're not in this, if you're not a real estate investor already, or if you don't have any knowledge, I would highly recommend not buying a property until you personally go see it yourself. And that's just to maybe save yourself from a dud or something like that. But you definitely want to do due diligence. You want to contact, like I said, your county assessor. If you feel like you need to get some legal help, legal is not going to cost you much. I think I end up paying for all the legal fees I have for one of the properties was like 575 or something like that. So it's definitely worth it. Like I said, okay. So before I forget, back to the property that I won. So boom. So I was all in for, like I said, about 13,000 for the property, right? I got it for like 11.5 or something like that. Paid my fees, paid my legal fees, got everything, the title, everything transferred over to me. Everything was good and clear. Reached out to the property manager. She did the walkthrough for me, sent me the video. Was really cool. Got me the estimate for the contracting team, all for free, which was dope. Contacted a realtor, had her go through. She was scared to even walk through the property, so she had someone go walk through it for her and take pictures for her because it was really that bad. And we got it listed, and then like I said, within less than 24 hours, I already had an offer. I had listed it for 30,000. Somebody had offered me like 15 right out the gate. So boom, I knew I was onto something because I would have already been up 2 grand. Well, a little less than that because the realtor would have had her fee, taxes. So I would have been up a little bit. I would have been up a little bit of money. So I was like, let me hold on, let me hold out, let me see, if I can get some more bites. So a month went by. I was getting more offers, but I wasn't getting the kind of offers I wanted. One dude, I guess, was going through and was saying that it had like structural issues. It had all these other issues that was going to cost a little bit more. So I was kind of getting a little bit worried. But then, like a week after that guy looked at it, someone came through and offered me like 25. So I paid 13, they offered me 25. I accepted. After fees and everything, I ended up walking away with like 6 or 7. I ended up walking away with like 7 grand after the realtor got her fees, taxes were paid. I had to pay the landscaping guy a couple months, and something else. So not bad, not bad. to, you know, take a chance. And it was my very first property that I had got on here. So 2 months to make, like I said, about 6, 7K. It doesn't necessarily always work out that way or will always pan out that way. But I did the necessarily due diligence. I had all my, you know, escape routes if I needed to. I had a lot of plans. I had a lot of plans. So, you know, I didn't go in just blind. And yeah, so that's how that first one worked out for me. So that's why I knew I was onto something. Like I said, if I can get, you know, a couple of those, you know, 6 grand a month, that's like 3 grand a month if you play it out. You know, so it took me a couple months, you know, all the work, 3 grand a month, not bad. And it didn't really take any of my time. I probably put in a total of, I don't know, maybe 10 man hours, if that, just researching, contacting people, getting on the phone with people. And that's 10 hours over the time of the 2 months that it took for me to actually buy the property, sell the property, figure everything out. So not a bad trade-off if you ask me. Definitely will. How long have you been using the site? I've been using it for, I've known about it for about a year and a half, and I've been using it myself. I think I'm coming up on a year. Let me see, what month are we in? Yep, I'm coming up about a year of me using the site. So yeah, that's pretty much about it, you guys. It's like I said, simple stuff. Go through here, go through these different specialty channels. And like I said, if you guys end up getting something, please reach out. Let me know if you guys end up using it. It's definitely, like I said, it's legit. I've gotten a few properties on here already. It's worked out for me. I might be getting another one. I'll keep you guys updated when they reach back out to me with all that info from that property that I told you guys that I like. So that's that. Do you do anything with land? No, I don't. Um, there's someone in the Well Squad where he does a lot of land stuff. He's out in Florida. I was supposed to go link up with him so he can kind of show me some stuff, but I don't do anything with land. I wouldn't mind getting into land. I've heard a lot of good things. I know a few people who do. I know we have a Well Squad member where that's what he does. He buys land from auction sites, not this one specifically, and he just sits on them and he turns around and flips them. So that sounds kind of interesting. So, yep. Man, I hope you guys have some good takeaways from this. I like this website. I think it gives a lot of people potential because you can potentially get some property or some land or something on here for way cheaper than you would, you know, going out trying to find it online or going through a realtor or something like that. Like I said, sometimes there'll be bidding wars on stuff, but if you catch those right auctions at the right time, then like I said, you can find some good deals. So like I said, you can go based by your state. You can look at, like I said, the no reserves. They got, like I said, all different types of good stuff on here.
Hey, Ace.
Hey.
Oh, sorry. I think my computer just went out.
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Out of curiosity, so you didn't speak to any realtors at all. You just really went through property managers to find out information about the properties themselves and the areas around them.
Yeah, so I didn't. I only reached out to a realtor when I decided I wanted to sell the property. So
Okay.
before that, I didn't even, there was no need for me to really reach out to a realtor because one, most realtors probably aren't going to do anything with you until you actually own the property, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
there's really nothing that they can even do without you even owning it because they're not going to really want to waste their time because what if you end up not bidding? What if you get outbid? You know what I mean? So there's really no need to contact a realtor until you actually have the property, and then definitely contact a realtor right away and just let them know. Just that way you can already have, you could list it to sell it and have no intentions to sell it, but you just want to see what you might be able to get for it because you just never know.
Yes. Okay. Just as I'm looking at some, as you said, Pennsylvania does have a lot of properties, so I was going to consider.
We're looking at what?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, Pennsylvania.
And
Okay.
they do seem to have a lot of properties, but I know absolutely nothing about Pennsylvania. But I do live close enough that I can drive a couple of hours to get there. So,
Yeah.
but instead of reaching out to realtors, I'll reach out to property managers and see what their opinion is. on some of the areas, since I've heard that Philadelphia is kind of on a street by street basis. There are some streets that can be great, and then you go the next block over it, and you do not want to be there. So, yeah.
You thinking about, so you thinking about using this website to get you something?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking about.
Okay, well, definitely keep me posted if you do.
I definitely will. Yes. So thank you.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
What other websites to bid on? You guys can try auction.com. I think I actually did a class where I walked through and showed you guys that one. Let me see. Auction.com is one. Let's see if I can remember. I have a whole list of them somewhere, but let me see if I can. I don't know, not habit, is Hibbit. My computer did a spell check. Hold on. That's the right one for that one. I'm trying to think. Here's another one for you guys. I haven't used all of these. So the one that I can for sure tell you guys that works absolutely is this bid for assets for sure. I bought multiple off of here. That's another one. And I think that's the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. Oh yeah, you guys can, the government websites, you can definitely trust those. There's one, treasury.gov. Is a really good one. They actually have, this website has a lot of stuff besides just the treasury.gov has a lot of stuff on there. So you guys can check that one out. But yeah, do you guys have any other questions for me? You're welcome. Do you guys have any other questions about buying a property through auction from Bid for Assets? Like I said, this is the time now. Or if you guys have any other questions in general, you guys can go ahead and fire away. All righty, let's see. No real estate stuff. But we need a restock. I know. All right. Are you going to Invest Fest? Man, I hope to see you guys at Invest Fest for sure. If you guys are going, please let us know. Chris and I are going to do something for everyone that comes out to Invest Fest. So if you guys are going to go to Invest Fest, can you guys shoot me a DM? We're trying to get a head count. I haven't put it out there yet, but we're definitely going to do something special for Well Squad members out at Invest Fest. And we're going to do it in Atlanta since it's already going to be out there and everyone's already going to have arrangements, and it's a 3-day event. So yeah, send me a DM on the Discord. It's hard for me to, I know some of you guys hit me up on social media, but if you guys want to get in contact with me or just chop it up with me, you guys can hit me up on the Well Squad Discord. You know, we can talk about whatever. I check it every day. I make sure I check Well Squad before, you know, my social media and all that stuff. So if you guys want to just chop it up with me, or if you guys have questions, or if you guys want to tell me your success stories or whatever it is that you guys want to talk about, please feel free to message me on the Discord. It's NoTimeZone on there. And I try to get back to you guys, you know, with less than 24 hours for the most part, unless I got crazy stuff going on. But yeah, if you guys are going to Invest Fest, please shoot me a message, because we are going to put something special together for people that do go. So it's not going to have anything to do with Invest Fest. But yeah, let's see. It was great. All right. Thanks, Cynthia. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Cole, cool. See you there. No problem, Search. Let's see. Just an FYI, says crossing from 11/1 on Friday. Okay, yeah, no. The event that the one that we're gonna be at, or the one that Chris is gonna be speaking at, is the one that's from August 5th, 6th, and 7th. But they haven't let him know exactly what day he's gonna be speaking. But more than likely, we'll be out there. We'll be out there pretty much every day. We'll probably be there a day before everything happens and a day after. And then once we kind of get a head count and when we put the message out there to see who's all going to go as far as Well Squad members, then we'll let you guys kind of know more details for what we're going to put together for you guys. So it's going to be something pretty fun. It's going to be definitely interactive for sure. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Um, Boom, boom, boom. All right, cool, cool, good stuff. All right, you guys have any last questions for me before we wrap this up?
Oh, how's your international property search going?
It's going pretty good. I don't know if you remember Michael that came on and did the he was the one that had like 60 different doors. He came on a while ago. So he actually was the one that kind of not necessarily got the ball rolling for me, but he's invested out in Portugal. So I'm gonna try to do some work with him to try to use, everyone that he's used to kind of piggyback off of what he's already done. Because one, I like Portugal. I used to live out there, and I think it would be dope to have some real estate. So if I do ever get property anywhere, Portugal or Germany are going to be my first spots. It's looking like an apartment in Germany is going to be the first thing, but I actually want to get like homes out there. I want to get multi-families when I invest out there.
Awesome, thanks.
Yep. All right, you guys, cool. So if you guys don't have any questions for me, like I said, please let me know if you guys plan on coming to, please, what financing advice on how to work with the bank. As far as trying to um, buy auction properties, I don't know what the banks can and can't do for you. So I would just start reaching out to them as far as trying to get financing for buying a property for auction. Um, yeah, I don't know what they'll do. I haven't had to use any financing for buying tax properties, so that's just something you would have to dive deeper into. Was there a live on internet? Yeah, no, there wasn't a live on international real estate. We just had someone come on. He has international properties. He talked about it a little bit, but there wasn't a specific class on international real estate. But I'm supposed to be having someone come on. They were actually supposed to already come on. They kind of flaked out on me. I actually had a few good people supposed to come on for you guys, but everyone, I don't know, everyone doesn't feel comfortable with presenting and stuff like that. So, that's fine. I understand it. But like I said, I am on the hunt to bring somebody on for you guys that has some international experience with real estate, because I think that's dope. And I think that'd just be really good information to have, even for myself included. So definitely looking out for that for you guys. Like I said, I'm always looking to bring on, there's so many different niches within real estate, and, I can only do so much. So I'm trying to bring on, other people. But it's a process because I need to make sure that, I vet people and, people know what they're talking about, because I don't want you guys to just have any type of info out there. So if you guys don't have anything else for me, I appreciate all of you guys taking the time every day to tap into this class. I really hope this class was beneficial for you guys. If any of you guys do decide to go forward with this stuff or getting auction property, please let me know how your journey goes, because I personally have fun. It was only about a 2.5 month. I spent 2 weeks doing my research, and then once I got my property after 2 weeks, I sold, that property within 2 months. So it didn't take me long to be on here to get something. So keep me posted, you guys, if you do. I didn't want to get sent to you, Chris, and I'm going to, okay, dope. But yeah, so yep, that's all I got for you guys. And like I said, please reach out if you guys have any questions, if you guys have any complaints, concerns, if you guys have, success stories, or if you guys just want to chop it up, I'm down for all that. Just hit me up in the Discord. Like I said, my social media gets crazy and I don't really try to check those messages. I just spend most of my time in the Well Squad. So if you guys don't have anything for me, man, it's Friday. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Stay safe. A lot of crazy folks out here, just in general around the world. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'm looking forward to the next class. See you guys later.